Alright, here with George ACHILLEA, we beaten Man City 2-0. Bit of Bergwijn action. Come on. Man, do we think we rode our luck today, didn't we? But do you reckon we deserve it?
A little bit, yeah, but I feel like we definitely deserve something out of that game, and I'm absolutely ecstatic with that win, man. And it was just, after all of that whole fiasco towards the end of the first half with the penalty, then it wasn't a penalty, then there was another penalty that was, you know what, I actually got a headache from it, but I was just saying that quickly, I just can't believe it took him about 5 minutes to come back to that decision.
You know, it was a while, wasn't it, in between the actual incident and giving the penalty?
Exactly, I'm not being funny. I saw it the first time and I said that's a penalty. I was like, I can't believe they haven't gone back to it. Clearly it wasn't. But then they were waiting ages, went all the way up the pitch. It took about 5 minutes later, then they come back to it, which I thought, that's a bit disgraceful. So what if we scored, it would have been disallowed? What if a player did a challenge and got sent off?
In theory, do we lose?
Comes back on? Like,
do we lose 5 minutes of the game in theory?
So why wasn't that added on at the end of the first half? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really make any sense.
What happens in that 5-minute period would have been chalked off.
Yeah.
It was an irrelevant 5-minute period.
Yeah, and there was only 4 minutes added on when Dele Alli was down for 4 minutes alone. So you know what? The first half was a bit of a shambles, really. I don't think we weren't really at our best. They controlled the game more than we did, but second half, I thought we came out flying. So impressed with Lo Celso today. Had another great game. Winks on his birthday having a great game too. Ndombele looking pretty good when he came on as well. It's pretty much set up Son's goal.
And obviously Bergwijn on his debut. What a finish that was. And what do you think is his performance overall?
Overall, I thought it was all right. Like, it was good. Like, I think the first half, kind of expected. It was a bit slower. I feel like he was just trying to adapt and didn't really know what to expect from the game. So you tell he wasn't really doing any of these bombing runs that we've heard of. Like, it didn't seem as quick as I thought. But definitely second half, the way he came out and to hit a sweet strike like that was just pure class. And we needed a bit of that. We were missing that little bit, like someone that's not afraid to take these chances, have these shots. So overall, I'm pleased with this performance.
It was our first shot of the game, actually, when Bergwijn
was. I was saying that during the game. I was thinking we haven't had a shot on target. What's going on here? But
we had 3 shots all game and scored 2 goals. So clinical.
That's all you need to be in these kind of games, especially against a team like this. Take the little chances that we have. So.
And also, we let Danny Rose obviously go in January, and Japhet Tanganga today put in an absolutely fantastic performance up against Riyad Mahrez, who's really in form at the moment, tearing up defender, fullback after fullback up and down the league. Do you think him putting in that performance today negates the need to kind of invest on a left-back position? How good do you think he was today?
You know what, I thought he was class again today, and I'm looking forward to this rebuild that we're doing, because we've got a bunch of great young players, and bearing in mind that's his third favoured position. He's normally a centre-back, would say right back next because he's right-footed, and then had to play cover left-back. I still think we need to invest in that position, because I don't want to just see him become a left back. I think he can be better as a centre back partnership when Toby eventually goes, because let's be honest, he's 32, 33. It's going to happen at some point. So he's one for the future at centre back, and I'd love to see us bring in hopefully a young left back, or even just turn Sessegnon into a class left back. We did it with Danny Rose. We made him from a left mid to a left back. Can do the same with him hopefully. But yeah, I'm really pleased.
Obviously we didn't sign a striker in January. Do you think today was evidence that maybe we would kind of put too much emphasis on that fact that we didn't sign a striker, or do you think it was kind of a different kind of game today? We're playing more on the counter, where you didn't really need a target man today?
I don't know about that. There was definitely loads of points in that first half where I thought it was a bit frustrating, where we would be lumping it up and we're relying on Lucas to win a header, which, I mean, I know he's good at it, but come on, when you're going up against 6'4" centre back, he's not going to win. Not going to win a lot of them. So I would still like that target man. But what I do like is how interchangeable Son, Lucas, and Bergwijn are, because all three can play left, right, striker. So it confuses the defence. We saw that today. It worked well. They're going in and out in the second half, and it's annoying not having that striker, but I'm very happy with the forward options that we have at the moment. So.
And do you think without the red card today, do you think we still win the game? Do you think we still get 3 points?
You know, I think so, because I think we were playing well before that. We were starting to get into the game much better before that, and obviously the whole point of that was Winks was on the break, and then Zinchenko bringing him down for rightfully a second yellow. And I mean, Sterling should have been sent off in the first half anyway, because
definitely should have been sent off.
He should have got one for the Dele Alli.
Like a straight red.
The ankles went, his studs went straight into his ankles. But not only that, if you're not awarding a penalty for the second one, then that's a second yellow for a dive. So I was just a bit baffled by that, but very lucky to stay on the pitch. Luckily, apart from the tackle he did that led to the penalty, I think Auria's had a pretty solid game today. Him and Tanganga did well to nullify Sterling and Mahrez today. So the overall performance of the team, I thought, was very, very good second half.
Do you feel like Jose's finally putting a stamp on the teams? They look more like a Jose team now.
Yeah, you notice that a little bit, because I noticed towards the second half when we had a lot more people hanging back, like sitting back. We had like one guy up the pitch, everyone else was behind the ball, which seemed very Mourinho-esque. But to be honest, a team like this, you've got to do that, because we're not exactly in the best form. We're only just about beating like the lower table teams. But to come out of this with a clean sheet and then also a victory, puts us in 5th place, 4 points behind Chelsea. It's huge. I'm honestly so happy with that.
How much confidence do you think this will give the team in the race for top 4? Do you think this will boost us that we can take on teams like Man City and win?
Definitely, because we'll get a huge boost knowing that I'm pretty sure Chelsea got Man United next at United. We've got Villa away next in the league, which they're not in the best of form. I mean, I know they got to the League Cup final, but then lost the game yesterday. So they're also there for the taking, and a team we realistically should beat if they're in like the relegation battle. So we win that, and they draw probably the ideal result to United. Then huge pressure. You're only 1 point behind then. I think we can do it. I think we're going to do it. One game and I'm getting all overconfident. That's
classic Spurs fan.
Yeah, exactly. We'll end up losing to Villa, but that'll be it.
We're definitely not beating Villa. But anyway, cheers for coming on, George. Nice one. Cheers a lot, mate. Come on.